Can a political remark lead to an arrest? Or is it a case of political vendetta? The arrest of Udhayanidhi Stalin over remarks related to actor Trisha has sparkled a major debate on free speech, rule of law, and political neutrality, making it highly relevant for UPSC. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the latest update series of Mastoora IS. So, let's just discuss about the topic. So, DMK leader Udhayanidhi Stalin was arrested over alleged objectionable remarks concerning actor Trisha. After being questioned, he was granted station bail. While being exhorted by the police, he smiled and called the arrest a joke, saying he would challenge it legally. Meanwhile, the DMK has termed the arrest an act of political vendetta. Now, let's understand from a UPSC perspective. So, the first point is freedom of speech versus reasonable restrictions. Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution guarantees the right to freedom of speech and expression. However, under Article 19(2), this right is subject to reasonable restrictions in the interest of public order, decency, morality, defamation, and other constitutionally recognized grounds. If a statement is alleged to violate these limits, legal action may be initiated. Second, rule of law. In a constitutional democracy, no individual is above the law, regardless of political position. If a cautionable offense is alleged, authorities can investigate and take action. At the same time, the law must be applied fairly, impartially, and without political bias. Allegations of selective enforcement often raise concerns about the neutrality of state institutions. Third, gender sensitivity in public discourse. Public representatives are expected to maintain dignity in their speeches, especially where referring to women. Alleged derogatory or inappropriate remarks can trigger both legal scrutiny and broader debates on ethical political conduct. Fourth, political dimension. The DMK argues that the arrest was politically motivated and intended to target the opposition. On the other hand, those supporting the action contend that the legal process should take its course when complaints are filed. Ultimately, the courts will determine the legal merits of the case. So, from a UPSC evaluation, I have some keywords which you can remember in this topic, and further you can use in your answer writing and other things. So, the keywords are freedom of speech, reasonable restrictions, rule of law, due process, political neutrality, gender sensitivity, and accountability of public representatives. So, now here we have a judicial intervention, which I have also discussed here with you earlier. So, the judicial intervention. Step 1, the DMK moves Madras High Court. Step 2, government assistance. Advocate General clarifies to HC, means High Court, no intention to seek judicial remand. And step 3, High Court order is the police directed to release him after questioning. Outcome it is that after a 90-minute inquiry in Sengipati PS, Udhayanidhi is released on station bail. Now next we have the exam synthesis. The exam synthesis, you can take it as almost all the conclusion, all the dispatch of the whole topic. So in the political focus, it is exam synthesis, and from the political focus, it is related to the friction between freedom of speech, Article 19, and harassment laws, understanding the procedural difference between the station bail and judicial remand, and privileges of the leader of opposition during the assembly sessions. Article 19. Now the state dynamics. exclamating hostile political culture between ruling TVK and opposition DMK in Tamil Nadu. And the macro issue is political controversies overshadowing care livelihood issues, example the actual Kaveri water dispute and the rally I was not meant for. So at the last, I just conclude my words by just saying that for UPSC, this issue is not about supporting or opposing any political party. It is about understanding the constitutional balance between freedom of expression, protection of individual dignity, due process of law, and impartial functioning of democratic institutions. So this is all for this is all. So I hope you like the way of my explanation, you like the topic. So for further more updates, if you want the PDF of this topics, you can join our Telegram channel. The link is mentioned below in the description box. So thank you so much.